Hello there, my friends. Today we're going to be talking about Disney dessert parties. I often see posted online questions about, are the dessert parties worth it? Obviously, like most things at Disney, it depends. So I'm going to be getting into the different options in terms of a dessert party and whether or not I think it's a good value.
I'm Christina. I'm a traveler, a planner, and most importantly, a mom. I'm sharing my best tips to make traveling as a family a little less stressful. So put down your phone, pack your bags, and let's showcase the world.
So what is a Disney dessert party? Disney has been trying to find ways to plus the experience and earn some extra income. This has been very upsetting to some people, but some of the additions, like the dessert parties, are a fun way to feel like a VIP. So you get this dessert party with an array of yummy desserts and other snacks, and sometimes drinks, and more importantly, you get VIP viewing for the fireworks. If you are going during a busy time, no matter what dessert party you pick, if you're going Christmas week or you're going 4th of July, the fireworks party is totally worth it for having that fireworks viewing spot. For any of those special Christmas or Christmas week or 4th of July, definitely do a dessert party. Don't even finish this video. Hit like and then go and book your dessert party. If you're going during a different time, it completely depends on the dessert party, on how much you hate crowds, how much you hate waiting, and how much you want a really, really good spot. So I like the dessert parties as a blogger because I like to be able to have a uninterrupted view for photos and videos and things like that. If you're okay with having someone's head in front of you and just looking at the fireworks, then you don't really need to do a dessert party. But there's some other great options that the dessert parties offer as well. Like any dining reservation, dessert parties can be made 180 days in advance by through My Disney Experience or by calling 407-WDW-DINE. If you are using a travel agent, they should be able to take care of this for you. And prepayment is required at the time of booking, so you do have to pay the entire amount when you make the reservation. So let's talk about the most popular first. We're going to talk about Happily Ever After, which is the fireworks in the Magic Kingdom. There are many options when it comes to Happily Ever After dessert parties. So the first is Tomorrowland Terrace viewing. So the dessert party actually takes place at the Tomorrowland Terrace. If you're walking down Main Street, you're going to take a right at the Plaza Inn, and the Tomorrowland Terrace is the quick service restaurant that is just beyond the bathrooms. You're going to have your dessert there, and then you have the option to view from the Tomorrowland Terrace. The benefit here is that the viewing is covered. So if it's raining or you have cover. It's a little bit more expensive. It's $79 per adult. And the view is kind of the side of the castle, so it's not even really the best view. You can do the Plaza Garden viewing, which is only $59 per adult. It's not covered, and it's considered standing room only. No one really stands, everyone kind of sits anyway. Of course, the time that you go, because I said that, everyone in front of you is going to be standing and you're going to have to stand. But the times that I've experienced it, most people have sat on the plaza grass and enjoyed it from there. Tomorrowland Terrace, that's kind of an important piece I missed. You get to stay at your table and watch the fireworks seated, covered, and that's why it's a little bit more money. But I like the Plaza Garden viewing a little bit better. I think that that's definitely a better value for you. You can also do an after fireworks dessert party. So instead of going to the dessert party and then going to the viewing and watching the fireworks, you can view the fireworks and then go to the dessert party. So if you have older kids that you don't have to worry about bedtime, definitely a good option. I think like this option because you don't have the mad dash after the fireworks to get back to resorts and on buses and things like that. So it's definitely worth it there. I don't know, since I haven't done the dessert parties since they rolled out the after fireworks dessert party, but they have the list of the things that they announced as desserts for the party seemed really cool. They said that everything's themed to the different lands of the Magic Kingdom. There's a s'mores action station, pineapple delights, macarons for Fantasyland, and egg rolls and all sorts of really fun stuff that wasn't at the last time I did the before viewing party. So I don't know if they changed the before viewing party to what they announced when the after, but the after is $69 for an adult. I did not love the desserts from the last time I did it. When was the last time I did it? It was probably last year, last July. So it wasn't that long ago. Last July was the last time I did it. I did not see, did try to look up if the desserts had changed, and I couldn't really find anything on Disney's website or anywhere else, so I'm really not sure. But from the last time I did it, the desserts definitely weren't the draw. They weren't the best things I've eaten. It was definitely the VIP viewing that I enjoyed. Definitely worth it for busier times of the year. For slower times, you can just get a spot in the middle of Main Street. So I should have gotten my thought together here first. With Happily Ever After, you have the projections on the castle, which are really, really fun and cool. So you definitely want to be where you can see those. But if you're up close in that plaza viewing area, you can't really see some of the big firework bursts, high firework bursts that are more visible from further down Main Street. So I like to get some place that is about halfway down, kind of in front of the Main Street Bakery or Crystal Arts. And that way you can see the bursts and the projections. Of course, this is only really going to work during slower times of the year. And it's going to be really hard to determine when those are going to be. With the parks being closed for the coronavirus for who knows how long, but probably 3 months. When is everyone going to go? We don't really know. The crowd calendars are going to be completely off. So for the foreseeable future, until we get an idea of what's going on, it might be worth doing the fireworks dessert parties. During slower times, if we ever get back to those, just finding a place on Main Street. I like to stand behind a trash can so no one can stand in front of me, and kind of use a tree. There's like a spot where there's a trash can next to a tree. You kind of lean up against the tree and use the trash can to steady your camera. It's a blogger trick right there. Not necessarily for everyone, but that's what I typically like to do. Now let's move over to Epcot. Epcot, I have not done the Frozen Ever After dessert party. I did it when it was Illuminations, which was really cool because they had the different all of the different desserts were themed to the different countries. Now that it is Epcot Forever, don't do it. It's not worth it. The show's not worth it. Skip the fireworks show. Go see Happily Ever After a few times and skip Epcot Forever. Don't do this dessert party unless you have a huge Frozen fan, because it's a Frozen Ever After theme. It's over near kind of right when you get into the World Showcase before you break off to go either to Canada or to Mexico. It's over towards the Mexico side next to the shop. There is the area, and you have themed things to Frozen, like Kristoff's almond cookie. I don't know how that's really related. Or Olaf's warm double chocolate s'mores pudding cake. And basically they just put characters' names in front of desserts. What I do like, or I thought it was a little weird at first, but now I think I like it. They offer summer drinks, so margaritas and pina coladas, as well as a selection of wine and beer. This is popular because you have exclusive access to Happily Ever After. So if you weren't able to get the Fast Pass for Happily Ever After and you have a huge Frozen fan, this might be your way to ride the attraction without a long wait. So after the fireworks, you will then be escorted to Frozen Ever After and be able to ride after it's already been closed. So kind of cool. But definitely not worth it with Epcot Forever. It is, I'm gonna look at my notes here, $99 per adult. So it's more expensive. That is because there is alcohol involved. But skip that one. Skip it, it's fine. Hollywood Studios, Fantasmic has a dessert VIP viewing experience. This one is actually a pretty good value because it doesn't cost that much. You get VIP viewing, you don't have to worry about lining up. It's the most affordable. It's the only on-the-go dessert option. You don't have a buffet where you pick your desserts and then sit down. They give you a little box with your desserts in it. You take that box and go sit down in your seat. So you have VIP viewing. It's $40. If you like Fantasmic, yeah, it's really good. I've been skipping Fantasmic because I've seen it so many times. And I think it's a little bit worn out and run down. But if it's your first time and you have kids and it's really magical, then this is a great way to not have to worry about where you're seated. You have VIP viewing and you can just show up and get your VIP seats. The dessert party that I think is 100% worth it, I'm gonna bring that even bigger. 150% worth it is the Galactic Spectacular Dessert Party. It is so much fun, and it's more expensive than the to-go option, but it's the least expensive of any of the others. It's $69 per adult. And you get exclusive access to Star Wars Launch Bay, so meeting Chewie and Kylo Ren and the Stormtroopers and seeing all of the cool things in Star Wars Launch Bay without as many people is super, super, super cool, and I think totally worth it in and of itself. Then you get this beautiful dessert display with Death Star cupcakes, and they have this frozen nitrogen dish and this huge bread pudding with like M&Ms on it. But my favorite part is you have an open bar. So you have the selection of cocktails, pre-mixed cocktails. Actually, they're not pre-mixed. They mix them there. So they're very strong. I had 3 one night and it was very, very, very strong. Wine and beer as well. The VIP viewing area is also worth it because you are right in front of the Chinese theater, so you can see everything. Hollywood Studios really wasn't made for a nighttime spectacular, and there's trees, places, and speakers, and if you're not in this VIP viewing area, there's going to be some sort of obstruction to what you're trying to see. So that's why I love this. I love the character meets. There's all those added bonuses. You also get a stein. I should have brought my steins with me. I have a Chewbacca plastic stein and a Captain Plasma stein, and it's just really, really cool and definitely worth it, and you should definitely check out the Galactic Spectacular Dessert Party. There's also a dessert party for Rivers of Light. Rivers of Light is pretty, and you can see it without a fast pass. You can see it without a dessert party. There's not like a huge run on Rivers of Light, so skip that dessert party. And yeah, that's it for Rivers of Light. The show is pretty. It's not one of those, if you're in Animal Kingdom that night, it's definitely worth checking out. I love to watch that and then ride Expedition Everest at night. Super, super cool. But if you have young kids and it's better for an early night to skip Rivers of Light and don't do the dessert party. So hopefully that helped. Obviously, Magic Kingdom completely depends. Epcot, until they change the fireworks show to the new one, Harmonious, don't do it while it's Epcot Forever. Star Wars Galactic Dessert Party, 100% do, and skip Rivers of Light. Please, if this did help you, comment below. That helps other people find me. It also helps me. So I would love your support. Like, comment, share, definitely helps. Thank you so much for joining me, and I hope that I helped you take a break from the busy.
Need help planning your next family vacation? Visit us at showcasetheworld.com to request a quote or schedule a free vacation consultation. Want more great travel tips? You'll find those there too.